Viva Las Vegas at IMEX America 2013. Thanks for joining us on IMEX America TV, produced by Convention News Television. I'm Danielle Bellini. We're kicking off a jam-packed week of business and professional development at IMEX America's highly anticipated Smart Monday. More than 1,200 meeting professionals are participating in Smart Monday's cutting-edge education, powered by MPI. Hybrid meetings, international communication, and strategic meeting management, just some of the in-depth breakout sessions to choose from. This packed session gave attendees more insight on how to effectively communicate across borders. Persuasive communication and negotiating can be challenging when faced with cross-cultural barriers such as language and values, a position meeting professionals find themselves in on a regular basis. The key to building a strong relationship internationally stems from doing a little research before a face-to-face meeting. Some of the pre-meeting prep work can include learning how a particular culture feels about eye contact. In most Western cultures, eye contact is considered a sign of respect. Eastern cultures find that bowing your head and avoiding direct eye contact is honorable. A new trend taking over the exhibitions industry: hybrid meetings. This session broke down the building blocks to a hybrid event, giving planners a better understanding of hybrid meeting variations. Starting with the most familiar block that needs little explanation: face-to-face events. Next is the pod event, where you designate a remote location to deliver content. The studio event is when you have one main studio to broadcast from. And lastly, the online individual that is watching content delivered from their office or home. But the most important step: developing compelling content before assessing the method of delivery. Based on research conducted by MPI on hybrid meetings, studies show that attendees want to see talk shows, award shows, and news program style delivery similar to what they see on television.
Good compelling content either comes from, the business strategy within the organization that you're doing the hybrid meeting with, like eBay, for example. It was actually thinking about who your audience is and being able to speak to them in their language, because not everybody understands the same sentence. A business strategy is like, grey and dry and boring. But turning that into something more and bringing it into a sort of modern age, then your 20-somethings are able to relate to that and actually engage much, much more.
The Association Focus is a program that acts as a conference within a conference for association executives. This forum is led by some of the top organizations in the industry, including ASAE, PCMA, and ICCA. Association professionals are focusing on 3 tracks: executive, global, and meetings.
This is my 3rd year attending IMEX, and Association Focus has been something that I've not missed any of those years. It's a great way to just refresh what's going on in the industry. I do a lot of global meetings, and so getting that global feel, that global perspective by having the key association partners here has been the thing that I'm attracted to every time I come.
It's very interesting that you have specific sessions that are tailored to individuals and they can choose what they're going to. It's a bit different from our model. In our meetings, we kind of have one generalized experience, so it's kind of nice to see individualized sessions for participants to take advantage of.
What will open up the door wider than it already is for your career, your personal, your professional relationships is when you take a close look at what your listeners see and hear rather than what you believe to be true.
Life has no remote. Get up and change it yourself. That was the message from keynote speaker Stacy Hunke. Hunke challenged meeting professionals to take a closer look at their communication skills. Communicators were broken down into 2 categories: good communicators that often get caught up in their own thoughts, and influential communicators that pay attention to details around them and can change a message on the fly.
The misperception is, if I feel good, that is how my listeners must perceive me. I think they're 2 different concepts. Feeling does not equal influence. Easy does not equal influence, and neither does our title. That's step number 1. And then step number 2, we spent a lot of our short period of time, talking about pauses. Without pauses in our speech, knowledge is not perceived.
Hunky encouraged attendees to be consistent and align the 3 V's of communication: verbal, vocal, and visual. A common misinterpretation is that verbal is the most important form of communication, but Hunky clarified that visual communication is what sets the stage for how others perceive you.
I absolutely need to do a self-analysis. There's no doubt we're always in situations where we need to communicate, and we always think we are better than we are. So I think, I think I need to spend some time asking for feedback from other people on how they find my communication tactics.
I think the idea of taping myself is very important, and then I can work on the finer points from there.
The focus for Smart Monday may be education, but there is so much more to look forward to this week. From outstanding business opportunities to networking events to a bigger and better show floor, there is something for everyone.
We have a lot of new things going on this year. We have a new tech hub with a lot of technology education. We have a new networking hub with some really creative, fun games and sessions to get people meeting each other in unusual ways. We have a lot of new education. We have over 200 sessions as well. Smart Monday has grown considerably, as have the individual sessions throughout the hall. We're also launching here our IMEX Challenge, which will take place next year as well. So loads of new things going on this week for people to experience.
What's really exciting at IMEX America is, first of all, the stands and the renovations that they've been doing both outside the hall and inside the halls. We've moved into halls A and B, and we've got a massive, beautiful development outside which is really light and airy. So as both the exhibitors and the buyers arrive at the show, they're going to have that initial wow factor. But then as they come inside the hall, it's going to be a double wow. We've got some beautiful new stands. We've got the new design of the new halls A and B, and it's a massive.
The size of the booths have increased, like all around. People like Hawaii, like San Diego. So it's just great that the presence and the investment that they're putting into the booths. I mean, I think people, what they'll really realise this year when they walk into the show is the difference in the booths, like the scale of them and just the design.
Keep up with all the buzz at IMEX America, on site and on the go.
We're really hoping that social media offers an extra layer of information for everybody here at the show. So our main channel is Twitter. We're at IMEX_group if you want to tweet us. And the hashtag is #IMEX13. Very small, 6 characters. It's just simple to keep everybody informed. So all you have to do is search for the hashtag and you'll see lots of tweets already. We have almost 5,000 tweets already with that hashtag. We're also active on Facebook, on our page, and there's an event on Facebook. So we're trying to keep people in touch with each other on the group as well on Facebook. There's also a new feature that we're calling IMEX Live. And that's a really interesting website. It's on our homepage, and when you log into our homepage, or when you just go onto our homepage for the days of the show, you're going to be sent to IMEX Live, and that's what we're calling an online window onto the show. So it's going to feature all sorts of social media, videos, etc. And it's a way for people who, for any reason, who can't be here to really experience the show from abroad.
We're wrapping up a successful Smart Monday here at IMEX America 2013. Meeting professionals can start putting the skills they learned today to practice during their meetings on the show floor throughout the week. For IMEX America TV, produced by Convention News Television, I'm Danielle Bellini. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Orville and Wilbur, Amelia, Neil and Buzz, for proving that there's nowhere we can't go. But at some point, giant leaps gave way to baby steps, and with all due respect, your history. If you taught us anything, it's that you can't cling to the past if you want to create the future. That's why instead of looking behind, Delta is looking beyond. Pushing U.S. aviation to new heights. All 80,000 of us, busy investing billions in the industry's boldest moves, its biggest advances in technology, bringing our passengers the best, the most spacious fleet in the sky, and earning more awards than any other airline to show for it. So rather than simply saluting history, we're out there making it.